Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Attenzione, new format, and I will explain you why, because we are testing, and then in the middle of the video or towards the end you tell me if you enjoy that format or not. Well, I wanted to go with another format to do the post-game analysis of yesterday for a simple reason, because I saw a lot of comments in the YouTube section, but also in social network, where a lot of people, a lot of Juventini said, yes, we won 2-1 yesterday against Cagliari, but it's always the same. It's like a copy of the game of Fiorentina, it's a copy of the game against Milan, it's a copy of the game against Lecce, and every single time we are here to say the same. So, instead of going with analyzing deep tactics and so on, I want to create or test a new format that is going from 1 to 10. Attenzione, it's not a ranking, it's not from the worst to the best, it's not the top 10, it's also not the rating of the players, it's a number 1 to number 10 to tell you a bit what something of yesterday has been represented linked to that number. So I start immediately and you will understand it really easy. Maximum of like, of course. If you didn't yet, continue to subscribe to the channel because that's supporting me as a content creator a lot more than you think. We start with number 1. Well, number 1, it's easy. It's there. We have just to take it from the ground because it's the ranking of Serie A, with Juventus momentarily first in Serie A, awaiting of course of the game of tonight, Inter Frosinone. Juventus 29 points after match day 12. Yesterday I was listening to TikTok and I saw a journalist, an Italian one, that described the situation better than anybody on earth at the moment. Sabatini, that said, Juventus is probably at the moment not a team that is playing well, but they have the ability to suffer. While Milan is a team that is probably playing well, but they can't suffer. And this explains the +6 on the third team in Serie A that is at the moment Milan, that without Giroud, that received a red card, without Leao, that is injured, will have some difficulties in the next few games. Now, of course, first is beautiful, but we have to pay attention because yesterday Troll Football went with something totally amazing. That is actually amazing, but sad, because they said Juventus are top of Serie A, attenzione, the Italian Federation. And especially if we know that it's international break, and during international break we have Giuseppe McKennie, that also him is ready to maybe check what can be right or can be wrong with Pogba, doping in the first one, Fagioli gambling in the second one, attenzione to the third international break that will start from tomorrow. Number 2, it's the official minutes played by Hans Nicolucci Caviglia. Yesterday he made his official debut. Of course he played a bit more with the added time, but officially it's 2 minutes that he played in Serie A 23-24. The good thing, 24th player that played this season. 24 different players that played this season with Juventus. A lot if we are considering that we are at match day 12. Number 3, it's actually the yellow card that has been given yesterday to Weston McKennie, to Cambiaso and to Kostic, but the good thing is not to Federico Gatti. We know it, yesterday we were a bit scared because the yellow card would have meant that he would have missed that big game against Inter, and we are really confident about that RGB, Rugani, Gatti, Bremer. We don't want to miss any of them for the big clash for the 26th of November against the Nerazzurri. I also want to give 3 the rating to the VAR yesterday in Lecce, Milan, after that fantastic goal of Piccoli in the added time. Fantastic goal. Well, they went with a step-on-foot VAR decision. Step-on-foot that cancelled the goal. Strange, because if we go back to a few seasons ago, on that step-on-foot from an Inter player, Bastoni, on a Juve player, Zaccaria, well, the VAR didn't decide to cancel that goal. Number 4, it's actually the rating that I'm giving to our offensive phase in the first half. 0 shots on target. That's a disaster, especially if we know that Federico Chiesa is back from the first minute. 0 goal for Moiskin, only 2 goals for Arkadiusz Milik. 4 is also the number of goals that Federico Chiesa and Dusan Vlahovic were able to score in the first 5 games of the season. After that, 0 goals for them. We go to number 5. 5 is of course the 5 wins in a row. After the Atalanta draw, Juventus was able to take 3 points for a total of 15 points consecutively, so 5 wins in a row, which is beautiful. Last time that we won 5 times in a row was in January 23, and we reached 8 games in a row. Unfortunately, the 9th game was against Napoli, where we lost 5-1, and we know that it came after an international break. This time, pay attention, Inter is coming after that international break, which is scaring me, the Juventini that are saying we are scared that these wins in a row are a bit the same copy as in January 2023, where we were doing games in, game out, win with clean sheets, and at the end we faced a big team and we lost. Number 6, we go to Kostic. Why? why. He's playing with the number 11, but 6 is actually the chances created by Filip Kostic, a player that this season has been criticized by a lot, by myself as well. But if we are looking at the chances created, 6 are still 4 more than the second one with chances created, that are Federico Chiesa. He also touched the most balls, 74 yesterday, and if you are looking at their special ranking before the game of yesterday, he was top player in big chances created with 9 big chances created. Second one, Bastoni. Third one, equal Sule, Kvaratskhelia, Di Marco, Giroud, and Rafael Leao. If we go to number 7, that's a rating that I want to give to Weston McKennie, yesterday praised by Massimiliano Allegri. Weston McKennie, 10 consecutive game as a starter, 12 game on 12. He's the, if I'm not wrong, the fourth or fifth player that played the most minutes at Juventus. He's clearly a solid player at the moment, peak maturity of his career, a player that can help us on the wing but also in the center of the midfield, player that I really want to give 7, if not man of the match of yesterday. Then we go to number 8. We are approaching the end of the video, at least in terms of from 1 to 10. Number 8 are the different non-strikers that scored this season at the moment for Juventus. With the goals of Gleison Bremer and Rugani yesterday, we hit 11 different players that scored, but especially 8 players with 1 goal each. Everyone is involved. That's a bit the definition of that number 8. Everyone, all the team is involved for a team that is really solid with a really team spirit that is increasing game after game. Number 9, that's what I want to go towards, is the failing. We failed to reach 9 consecutive clean sheets, because yesterday the goal of Dossena with a header on a set piece was actually the end of these consecutive clean sheets, so not 9, sorry, but we stop at 8 clean sheets at the moment in Serie A after match day 12. I have to tell you that it's good. I'm happy. Why? Because at the end we won, and also because it's better to concede now that we win than in the next game against Inter. I didn't want to play against the Nerazzurri with that obsession, attenzione, because we didn't concede any goal. Pay attention. We have to pay attention for that. Don't take any risk, because otherwise Inter will be the first team that will be able to score against Juventus. I didn't want to have that obsession. So now we conceded the goal, we stopped that clean sheet streak. It's good. We can focus against Inter on the 26th of November only with one thing in mind. We want to win. And especially if we are looking at the words of Max Allegri, that is continuing to hiding a bit, because he's saying at the moment Milan, Napoli, Inter are still on paper the favorite one for the Scudetto, but we are here at the moment, we are doing well, feet on the ground. On the other side, when we will play against Inter on the 26th, they are favorite, but in one game everything can happen. So let's listen to the words of Max Allegri. Number 10. That's the rating that I want to give to Daniele Rugani. Daniele Rugani, that yesterday, like you see on the picture, was showing with which part of his body he scored. Yesterday he also said sorry, not sorry to Chiesa or to Vlahovic because the defender scored and not the strikers, but he said, no, I'm sorry, I didn't touch it with the hand because VAR was already trying to find a way to cancel that second goal of Juve. Anyway, I'm super happy for Rugani scoring with a body part that is not that normal, not usual in football world. On the other side, he also recognized it on Instagram, where he said to Danilo, that sent him a beautiful message. He said, Capitano, today I scored the most ugly goal of my career. Beautiful comment. Nice to see that irony, jokes on social network that all of us, the Tifosi, we can read and we can enjoy as well. 10 also I want to give to the legends of Juventus that yesterday went to the game to watch it. Lichtsteiner, a fantastic player, and also Sami Khedira. They were there to support the team. They received a fantastic, beautiful applause. You know, when we go back to these guys that were able, one more, one less, but they were there part of that 9 consecutive Scudetti in a row. That's always beautiful. Yesterday also Lichtsteiner and Khedira, they spoke and they said we are also here for Max Allegri. That is, according to us, the real top player of this Juventus. I really want to go really fast towards the front pages, Gazzetta dello Sport, Tutto Sport, and Corriere dello Sport. But of course, if you are here at the moment watching the video, please let me know if I have to continue with that format from 1 to 10, if you enjoyed it or not, if you agree, if I missed something, if you think about a number that is representing something that I totally missed, let me know. Anyway, don't forget, maximum of like. Gazzetta dello Sport is speaking, of course, about Lautaro, that is in discussion to increase his salary, but also the years of contract contract with Inter. On the other side, they are putting Bremer there as well. Juve sulla testa, with Bremer jumping in the air. Juve up the head because we are at the moment ranked first in Serie A, but also the beautiful header of Gleison Bremer yesterday that was able to score his first goal in Serie A 23-24. By the way, 5th goal with Juve, 3rd one coming from an assist of Filip Kostic. Tutto sport, volo Juve. Juve is flying. Bremer and Rugani are scoring 2-1 to Cagliari, and it is the first spot in Serie A. Also there, not Rugani, but Gleison Bremer on that first page. Corriere dello Sport is sharing a bit that celebration of Gleison Bremer and Daniele Rugani with a big title, Allegri style. Because it's true, the games that we are seeing at the moment are really Allegri style. It is what it is. Take it or leave it, I'm happy. And I just want to finish the video with something that didn't enter in the top 10s, but yesterday, first game as a captain from the start from Manuel Locatelli, that yesterday said, I can't describe my emotion. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He said 3 times thank you, because he said, you know, it's something that is happening, a dream from a kid that before closing his eye and falling asleep was thinking about that. And it's beautiful that dreams can happen. So believe in your dreams, my Juventini. Let me know in the comment what you thought about that format, about the video. Grazie, forza, Juve.